You walk into your first network job. Someone hands you a console cable and says, just configure the router. No mouse. No buttons. Just a blinking cursor on a black screen. This is the Cisco iOS CLI command line interface, and it's where every network engineer starts. There are two types of shells, GUIs and CLIs. GUIs are what you use every day, clicking icons, dragging windows. CLIs are text-based. You type commands, the device responds. For the CCNA, you need to master the CLI because that's how you configure Cisco routers and switches. To connect to a Cisco device, you have two options. First, physically connect your computer to the console port using a console cable. Modern Cisco devices have either a USB Mini B or RJ45 console port. For the RJ45 port, you need a rollover cable, where pin 1 connects to pin 8, pin 2 to pin 7, and so on. It's literally reversed. Once connected, you use a terminal emulator like PuTTY to access the CLI. The second method is connecting over the network using Telnet or SSH, but we'll cover that later. Now you're connected. The router greets you with a system configuration dialog asking if you want to do initial setup. Type no and hit enter. You're in. You're now in user exec mode, the least privileged mode. You can see it because the prompt ends with a greater than sign. You can run basic show commands like show clock to see the time. But try reload, and you get rejected. User exec mode won't let you do anything dangerous. To get more power, type enable. The prompt changes from a greater than sign to a hash symbol. You're now in privileged exec mode. Now you can run any show command, restart the device, and save configurations, but you still can't change settings. For that, you need global configuration mode. Type configure terminal, and the prompt changes to include config. Now you can change the hostname, set passwords, and configure everything. Change the router's name. Type hostname R1. The prompt updates immediately. Wanna undo it? Type no hostname R1. The no prefix undoes almost any configuration command. To leave configuration mode, type end or press Ctrl-Z. To run a show command without leaving config mode, use the do prefix, like do show clock. Here's the keyboard shortcuts you'll use constantly. Tab auto completes commands. Up arrow goes back through your command history. Ctrl-A jumps to the beginning of the line. Ctrl-U deletes everything before the cursor. And the question mark is your best friend. Type to list available commands. Type show to see keywords for the show command. Type N to see commands starting with N. This context-sensitive help is essential when you're learning. Now let's talk about configuration files. Cisco IOS has two, running config and startup config. Running config lives in RAM and determines what the device is currently doing. Every command you type in config mode modifies the running config. But RAM is volatile. When you power off or restart, it's gone. Startup config lives in NVRAM, non-volatile RAM. It survives reboots. When the device boots up, it copies startup config into RAM as the running config. So if you make changes and don't save them, they disappear on reboot. To save your changes, use write memory, or copy running config, startup config. They all do the same thing. Want to factory reset a device? Erase the startup config with write erase, or erase startup config, then reload. But here's the critical part. Security. Privileged exec mode gives you full control. You can change configurations, restart devices, and delete files. You absolutely need to password protect it. The old way is enable password, configured in global config mode. It works, but it stores the password in clear text. Anyone who can see the running config can read your password. You can encrypt it with service password encryption, but that's type 7 encryption. It's easily reversed with free tools online. The right way is enable secret. It hashes the password using algorithms like MD5 type 5 or script type 9. Hashing is one way. You can't reverse it. A type 9 script is the most secure. If both enable password and enable secret are configured, only the enable secret works. The enable password is just legacy. So to lock down a router, set the hostname, configure enable secret with a strong password, and save with write memory. That's the foundation every network engineer builds on. Master the CLI modes, understand the config files, and secure your devices. Everything else in the CCNA builds from here.